Hey there, Taurus. How are we doing? It's been a while, huh? This is Chronic Joy Tarot, and we're going to read for you for um, just the current time. I kind of stopped putting dates and months on my readings. I feel that when you're pulled to view it, it's the right time. Some of you have the alerts, the notifications on, and you may watch it shortly after it's posted. But for some of you, you know, you might come upon it at a different time, and that's the right time for you. That's the right time. Speaking of time, it's been a long time since I've been here. I I'm fine. Everything's good. Everything's positive. Just really, really, really busy, and my day job is connected to tax season and year end and all that. So, starting in November, I just became super focused on my work, on my day gig, and I'm feeling like maybe I'm coming up for air a little bit. I'm not sure how March is going to play out because that is leading up to deadlines and stuff with tax season. But for now, I'm here, and welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Here we are. Okay. So my readings are done with the Zen Tarot deck. They're completely intuitive. The cards are tools. I am not a learned, I didn't take courses or study the traditional tarot decks at all. I began to just play and shuffle and get the vibration of the cards. And so I use them as a tool for the intuition, the energies that come through. So I trust that the cards I shuffle and pull are the message that we're supposed to have. I usually pull one oracle card to give us guidance and give us sort of a topic to focus on. Your soul is the subject of this reading. It has nothing to do with anyone else or any predictions or outcomes. This is all about you working through your different levels of energy and, increasing your own sense of internal and external awareness. So let's get going. Okay, Taurus, the card I pulled for you is the Volcano. This is volatility. This is sort of, a literal explosion of energy, an unearthing of internal energies, or this could be literally situational, sudden situational changes in your life, things that come out of nowhere, or relationships that are severed or destroyed from seemingly nowhere. But what we're going to try to learn here is to rest in the trust that there are no, the universe doesn't just throw stuff at you to mess you up. It's when things have played out and maybe you haven't recognized it or haven't put the energy toward, logical endings to situations. When you haven't really put the focus on that, the universe will do that for you at times, right? Strip stuff away to give you a fresh start, or close the door to open the next, right? That's the nature of the path that we're on. And we don't have to always understand it, but if you can get yourself grounded in a trust and a knowing that this stuff happens for you, not to you, then you'll be on your way to to an easier path, and then also to just a better awareness and understanding of the overall journey that you're on. Okay? The Zen tarot cards here are laid out in what I call the tree spread. We have a starting point here, this branch, and then we move through from the trunk through the top to the next level of awareness. Your starting point right now, Taurus, as it relates to any sudden changes or destruction of situations or unearthing of emotions coming from deep within you, anything like that that feels really intense and dramatic, that could be happening in your life, within or without. Your starting point is the Rebel card. So I'm guided to tell you, just whatever it is that you're up against, or whatever you feel that you've lost, or whatever has changed suddenly, you got this. You got it. Be yourself through and through, without apology, without contrition. Don't worry about, oh, I should or I shouldn't have been this way. You are you, and that's a force that will take you through, many roads in your life. Break the chains. Look at this. We're busting the chains, holding the torch. This figure is just in charge and not really worried about how it affects others. I'm not saying to trample on others and, mow everybody down and push them all out of your way, but stand firm and strong and knowing in your truest self, right? That's your foundation. That's what will get you through any of this. So, even the mountain that the volcano erupts from, the mountain stays. The mountain stands firm, right? All this stuff spews out, and there's destruction and burning and everything for who knows how long it happens. But there's still a sense of strength and a firm presence. And that's what you're representing, Taurus. I love this because being an earth sign, you're also there's a foundation to you that's almost unshakable. And your power comes from that, not so much from, like with air signs, maybe it was more the thoughts and the higher, your power is just from being, and it's beautiful. It's really strong. Internally, now these cards on the left represent internal energies that perhaps you don't always share with others, but that you have an awareness of within you. This sense of the rebel, the sense of your truest self, is supported by your sense of innocence. Taking a look at life with this childlike wonder. This old sage has seen and done and known it all, and still finds time to revel and just be in awe of the simplest creature, the grasshopper, right? As if he's seeing it for the first time. And if you can keep that sense of awareness and that wide-eyed way of seeing the world alive within you, then that, coupled with your physical, your actual strength and power in the physical body. I don't mean strength like force on others, but you know what I mean. You're standing firm in exactly who you are, coupled with that childlike awareness and wonder and enjoyment, pure, true enjoyment of the things that life brings to you. You are a force to be reckoned with. And so any destruction, any volatility, any big changes, you're gonna come through it shining. Okay? Externally, in your outer world, you may experience a time of slowing down. This sense of experiencing is to be really rooted right in the moment. And I like it that it's a tree that gives us the visual of this energy, because, how much more grounded, would you need to be, right? Being the earth sign, the tree represents grounding. Being right here, right now is so important. When we stress ourselves out with rampant thoughts. Our minds are powerful. Our minds are necessary, obviously, as humans, to critically think, to logic our way through things, to plan, and process things. We need to use our minds in concert with our gut and our spirit and our soul. And so what you're doing here in this first level here, Taurus, is getting that grounding, getting that internal and external and overall strength in line and in alignment with what is right for you, so that when volatility comes, when things get thrown out of proportion and thrown at you and almost a sense of being uprooted, when that occurs in your life, you've still got this sense of equanimity. Yeah, you'll get upset and it will be upsetting. And I mean, we are human. We're going to respond to external occurrences in a very naturally human way. But this spiritual energy that you're starting to master, this balance of inner, outer, firm, I am who I am and I won't apologize for it, and it's okay, that is what's going to take you forward, okay? Even in the face of the most upsetting occurrence. Okay, moving forward, this card here is kind of the key and a pivotal energy to master, to move forward, and we get the politics card. So if there are people in your life that are doing one thing and saying another, or pretending to be on your side when they really have only their own interests at heart, or if you are in this way, because we all wear masks as humans, we all do. We all put on a face for whatever we have to, get through, whether it's, who knows, a really difficult meeting at work, or a difficult conversation with a loved one. Sometimes we want to shield ourselves from, what is truly going on in order to protect ourselves. And I get that. But this, I'm talking about the energy of real falsehoods, not just a protective mask, but someone who's really kind of talking out of both sides of their mouth and do not have your best interests at heart. So what you want to do is be aware, not judge them, not dismiss them. Not, criticize them. There will be people like this in your life, right? And maybe they're tied into this volatility. I don't know. For some of you, it's possible that someone was deceptive and it really screwed you up. It really threw things off. What you're learning by getting this mastered, this level of self-awareness, keeping your eyes open and keeping in a receptive energy for things that come towards you, because treat everything as if it's happening for the first time, so that you can navigate around and through and over it. And staying in the moment. These energies, just really grounding yourself when this type of person comes along, the deceiver, or, the politician, or the person that tries to, falsify their way through things just to get what they want, it won't really shake you as much. You can be aware of them and say, oh yeah, there's one of those, snake people, the mask. But you can just let that be there and bypass it and move forward and, raise your own vibration away from it so that you can move on and keep growing yourself spiritually. Okay. This stuff is kind of, stuff that happens to us as earthly beings. And what we're talking about is a higher awareness, an elevated way of seeing it. And you're getting that. You're mastering that, Taurus. Okay. So your next steps. Look at that. So your next, look at that. Wow. Okay. Beautiful outcomes. Once you master this and you bypass the ones that tend to distract you, the ones that have their little lies or their little, horse and carrot, or whatever that's called, the carrot before the horse, the ones that are trying to draw you away from your own path. Once you can really just let that be in your dust, kind of, on your path, you're headed for some beautiful energies. This could all be happening to, over the course of a year, over the course of a couple weeks. It depends on your starting point and your level of self-awareness and your connection to spirit. So it's just the lessons and the template is there. And the specifics are up to you. The specifics are reflective in your own life. Okay. The next level of energies here is rooted in the fact that of this existence card, kind of like your place in the universe is, first of all, you're worthy of holding that space. You always have been, you always will be. And no matter where your physical body is, where you stay, where you live, if you move, if you change jobs, home is still right where you are because it's within you, right? You're mastering that self-awareness so much that it doesn't really matter where you travel to or where you move yourself, or what relationships you change out. You are still always home. Okay? And when you start to really understand that, you can watch this volatility occur from a very detached, not uncaring, but a very separate, confident space. Okay? Because your existence starts and ends within you, right? It doesn't really matter what's going on in the outer world. Internally, you're supported by the energy of the Fool. So you're getting that, all the stuff that comes at me, I got it. I don't have to know what's coming next. I don't have to know, who's coming next if it's one of these deceivers. I don't have to know that because I'm always going to be okay. I know I am. I'm connected to spirit in such a way that, throw it at me. Go ahead, because I'm unshakable, right? My spirit is unshakable. And in your external world, this translates into what we were saying, that higher state of consciousness, that higher level of awareness. That third eye is lit up because you are learning to trust your own guidance, your intuition, the unfolding of life as it comes at you. You can respond accordingly and move through it. I'm not saying you're going to have zero conflict and zero disturbances, because look, the center of your reading is volatility. It's literally disturbance, but it's how to respond to it, how to manage yourself through it. It's going to happen. It's part of life. Liars are there, deceivers are there, crap gets blown up, but you don't have to get blown up, and you don't have to buy into the lies, right? You can, maintain and, contain yourself within you enough to keep yourself semi-insulated from the terror and the drama and the horribleness. As long as you keep your soul and your heart aligned and your mind, you're unshakable. And look what it's going to lead to. The outcome and the overall insight into this reading is a major, major soul power breakthrough. This is that third chakra just busting wide open. I am self-empowered. I am empowerment. My connection to who I am is so strong, it can't be destroyed. It can't be destroyed, even in the face of destruction. Okay? Love this for you guys. I really do. I hope that this is connecting for most of you. And if it isn't, you can check your your moon and rising signs on my channel. But I think for most of us, this connects, right? This is something that any one of us can master at any time. For you in this particular moment, Taurus, like I said, this could have been going on for quite some time. You could be just coming upon this volatility, or it could be more of a spiritual eruption, more of a just beginning to get these awarenesses of how in control you are of your experience, and you're creating every moment yourself. You're starting to really realize that could be just a destruction of your old paradigms. That's what this volatility could represent. So for many of you, it just could be different things. For some of you, it could be a literal event in life, a death, a loss of someone, a breakup, moving, changing jobs, losing a job, whatever. It could be a physical, like a literal occurrence. But like I said, for some of you, this could just be a spiritual awakening. And there has to be some shakeup in order for us to shake off the dust and see what's left of it, and then take that moving forward. And that, what we speak of, is usually the core of your soul. And that's really all you need. Okay? All right, dear Taurus. Thank you guys so much. And I will be back as soon as I possibly can, I promise. Okay? I love you guys. Take care.